The Attorney General's chambers will appeal the Kuala Lumpur High Court's landmark ruling in favor of the families of Pastor Raymond Koh and activist Amri Che Mat. Following that, former Swaram director Kwak Kia Sung condemned the move, calling it a betrayal of justice. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. The Attorney General's chambers will file appeals against the Kuala Lumpur High Court's decisions on social activist Amri Che Mat and Pastor Raymond Koh. In separate statements, it said that it will file a notice of appeal in the Court of Appeal against the decisions that deem the government and police liable for the disappearance of both men. Yesterday, Judge Su Tiang Joo found the police and government vicariously liable for Amri's disappearance, awarding his wife Nurhati Arifin 3 million ringgit in damages. Separately, Su ordered the government to pay 10,000 ringgit per day to Koh via a trust account until the pastor is found. The payments will be counted from 3,187 days ago on February 13, 2017, when Koh was abducted. Su further awarded 4 million ringgit in damages and also awarded the missing pastor 1 million ringgit in aggravated damages for the prolonged delay of his discovery, as well as another 1 million ringgit for unconstitutional acts taken against him by the defendants. In 2019, Suakam ruled that Koh and Amri were victims of enforced disappearance perpetrated by members of the special branch from Bukinaman. Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi responded to Suakam's findings by denying that he had ordered the abductions when overseeing the police force throughout his tenure as the Home Minister at the time. A former Swaram director has strongly condemned the government's decision to appeal the Kuala Lumpur High Court's landmark ruling in favor of the families of Pastor Raymond Koh and activist Amri Che Mat. Former Swaram director Kwak Kia Sung said the move is not only unconscionable, it is a betrayal of justice, compassion, and the very principles of the Madani government that claims to champion good governance and humanity. He said that the High Court's ruling had affirmed what many Malaysians already knew, that the police and government bore responsibility for the abductions of Koh and Amri. Kwak said that the damages awarded to both families were not only symbolic, but represented a rare acknowledgement by the judiciary that the Malaysian state had failed its people. He reminded that in 2019, the UN Working Group on Enforced or Involuntary Disappearances urged Malaysia to investigate the abductions, bring the perpetrators to justice, and end impunity for such grave violations. Kwak stressed that the disappearance of Koh in 2017 and Amri in 2016 were not random crimes, but symbolic of authoritarian tactics seen elsewhere in the world. He urged the AGC to withdraw its shameful appeal, heed the UN's calls, ratify the International Convention on Enforced Disappearance, and demonstrate the moral courage it preaches. Earlier, Attorney General Dusuki Mokhtar told Malaysia Kini that he believed the High Court had erred in its judgments and that appeals will be filed today. An individual suspected of creating a fake news graphic about Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and the US trade deal has been grilled by authorities. In a statement today, the MCMC said it was probing an individual suspected of having posted a fake news item that Anwar admitted there were many flaws in the Malaysia-US trade deal he recently signed. The fake news item used the Utusan Malaysia logo. The suspect was questioned at the Alor Gajah District Police Headquarters in Melaka today and had his phone seized. The case is being investigated under Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act. Meanwhile, there is still no update on the probe ordered by Anwar 3 months ago on whether he made fake allegations against Perikatan National Chief Muhyiddin Yassin. Anwar claimed in Parliament on August 5th that Muhyiddin had defended fuel subsidies for foreigners, but the PN chief has denied ever doing so. Anwar subsequently directed the MCMC to determine the validity of the claims he made against Muhyiddin. Malaysia Kini's checks previously found one TikTok video with the hallmarks of fake news, which made such claims against Muhyiddin. Anwar had later acknowledged in Parliament that one of his sources of information was false, but claimed there were 2 other sources, which he was waiting for the MCMC to verify. He said he would only apologize after the MCMC concludes their investigation. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. Bersatu Deputy President Hamzah Zainuddin said Muhyiddin Yassin will hand over the presidency when the latter is ready. Amid recent reports of mounting tensions within the party, Hamzah likened the passing of the presidency to a 4x100-meter relay race. Hamza spoke during an interview with BFM's Breakfast Grill, which the video was published yesterday on YouTube.
Maybe I'm the second runner and he's the first runner. I'm just waiting. While he's near me, he passed the baton, I will take it. Just as long as it is not over the line.
Bersatu has seen a recent spate of infighting over efforts to place Hamza as the party president. Tasik Gelugur MP Wan Saiful Wan Jan, who was earlier expelled from the party for his alleged involvement in the matter, released an audio clip on November 3rd of Bersatu's disciplinary board proceedings against him, as evidence backing up his claim that Hamza was the true target. In the clip, circulated to the media, Wan Saiful is heard challenging board chairperson Radzi Manan for linking Hamza to the case. Radzi is also heard saying the board had summoned Hamza and accused the deputy president of harboring ambitions to become prime minister. Hamza is reported to have declined the disciplinary board summons. During the interview, Hamza claimed that he had alerted Muhyiddin to the burgeoning factionalism even before the Bersatu annual general meeting. On November 4th, Ampang Bersatu unanimously withdrew confidence in the party's leadership and called for Muhyiddin's resignation. It said this was because Muhyiddin had failed to subdue an ongoing crisis brewing within Bersatu. Communications Minister Fahmi Fatil has proposed utilizing gaming platforms to spur patriotism among younger citizens, particularly those from generations Z and Alpha. Speaking in the Dewan Rakyat today, Fahmi noted that the generations have adopted a very different language, with current trends often leaving older folks in the dark. Pointing to the 6-7 meme on social media platforms, the minister highlighted that many lawmakers are unlikely to know what such slang terms mean or understand the reference.
Tapi untuk generasi Gen Z dan Gen Alpha, mungkin kita kena bercakap dengan cara mereka. Saya tahu hangat dibincangkan baru-baru ini tentang Roblox, tapi mungkin bagi generasi Gen Z dan Gen Alpha, mungkin kita perlu lihat kepada penggunaan platform-platform seperti itu, contoh, ya, untuk kita menaikkan dan menyemarakkan rasa cinta pada negara. Saya rasa ini salah satu mungkin yang perlu kita teliti. Maksudnya mereka tidak mungkin membaca surat khabar lagi. Bagi mereka lebih kepada media sosial. Jadi mungkin kita kena ke arah media sosial untuk menyampaikan mesej-mesej seperti ini.
If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. PAS has not ruled out taking legal action, including filing a judicial review or staging another protest against Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, called Turun Anwar 2.0, in response to Malaysia's reciprocal trade agreement with the United States. According to Party Information Chief Ahmad Fadli Shari, PAS is also considering holding a forum featuring professionals and academics to shed light on the far-reaching implications of the deal. In a statement today, he said PAS calls on all Malaysians to remain vigilant and united in defending the nation's dignity and sovereignty from any form of new economic colonialism disguised under the banner of trade and digitalization. Yesterday, PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang invoked a serpent metaphor to describe Malaysia's cooperation with the US, likening them to an ular lidi and an anaconda. Hadi said the anaconda devours animals and larger prey after first weakening and crushing them. On November 3rd, former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, alongside several NGOs and political parties, urged Anwar and his cabinet to step down for allegedly jeopardizing Malaysia's sovereignty. However, Anwar urged his critics to stop the attacks and insisted the agreement was scrutinized by the Attorney General's chambers to ensure it was consistent with the federal constitution before being signed. The AGC also said Malaysia has the right to terminate the agreement at any time through written notice without requiring Washington's consent. Next, let's take a look at a poll conducted on KiniTV's YouTube channel. In his latest campaign, Warisan President Shafie Apdal stressed on the importance of racial unity and stronger state rights, while admitting that Sabah politics is still trapped in division. But will Shafie's focus be effective in winning support in Sabah? The majority of respondents, at 63%, agreed that racial issues and state rights are key to Sabah's progress. Meanwhile, 24% felt that Sabah politics is too deeply rooted in racial division. Another 9% said the outcome depends on how well Warisan delivers its message. And 4% selected other, with various views shared in the comment section. Some pointed out that racial unity is not just an issue in Sabah, but across the entire country. What about you at home? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.